Bronco fans, we are back at the world famous SEMA Show to document every single Bronco build here at the show. I'm not talking about just a couple builds, I'm talking about every single one. We are walking all of these halls to show you the latest and greatest in the world of Ford Broncos. I guess this could be considered a Bronco. We got Lauren Healy's Fun Haver, the RTR Bronco right here. Ford Performance, it's won King of the Hammers, it's won all sorts of races with Borla exhaust on this bad boy. You got 74 weld portal axles on this bad boy, which is about the only thing I actually know and can talk about. Monster 40-inch tires on this bad boy. Those look even bigger than 40s, but this thing could go 0 to 60 and I don't know, and goes really fast off-road, which is what I like. Turn off-road really turned up on this Bronco. We got 43-inch Mickey Thompsons on this Bronco, and you may be asking yourself, there's no way this Bronco can power this bad boy. Well, they got brand new turn off-road portal axles right there, which reduce the gear ratio, and it's exclusively for the Bronco. You got Radflow coilover suspension. There's some turn off-road tie rods right there, which are important because everything has to be upfitted when you have 43-inch tires. I really like the side steps, and that front bumper is clean as well. You got advanced fiberglass side fenders right here that make this thing super wide body and aggressive. Looks better than a Raptor in my opinion. And then turn off-road rear bumper with some light protectors because this thing's gonna get into some sticky situations with 43-inch tires and portals. This might be the biggest Bronco I've ever seen. You got a turn off-road canopy, I think. Yeah, this whole entire hardtop is turn off-road as well, which is nuts. And then the full-size spare tire in the back, which is impressive because it's connected to the bumper, so this whole thing swings out. It's like 150 pounds on this bad boy, and you got 4 of them, so that's 1,000 extra pounds of weight, give or take. My math isn't that good, 750 pounds, but still, that's wild. This is the turn off-road Bronco that gives me EBGBs in a good way. The soul of this bad boy may be a vintage Bronco, but its heart is a brand new Megazilla, powered by Ford Performance. This thing rips, built by Baja Forged out of California. Those ladies over there do incredible work. This is a desert runner. There's not even room for a passenger. You're driving this thing solo. It's got a huge fuel cell in the back, a full-size spare. This is basically the body of a vintage Bronco, but it's a desert runner, true and true. Baja Forged, check them out. They do some really cool builds, and this one is fantastic. I'm with 512's Raptor right here. You can follow him on Instagram with a ridiculous amount of upgrades, pushing this thing nearly 500 horsepower on this Bronco Raptor. This thing has cold and hot air intakes. That is by Process West. It's got an SMB cold air intake. It's got a Cobb coolant system, I think, something like that. Down pipes on this bad boy. This thing is wild. You got an RPG tie rods, Fox shocks on the side, but then also has an Armadillo Designs hardtop. This is pretty cool. So this is a single panel hardtop, nice aftermarket upgrade on there with some additional side MOLLE panels. You could open those up and access the inside, or there's some additional storage. But when you deck this thing out, it looks really cool in the back. You got a little Armadillo Designs rack right here so you can mount all your gear. And overall, it's a really awesome build by Armadillo Designs and 512 Raptor. Here's a very yellow Bronco that has an Icon Vehicle Dynamics front bumper with the bull bar, integrated Warn winch on the side. We have some MT wheels that look pretty epic, an Icon Vehicle Dynamics suspension package. The tires are 40-inch beasts. The inside has PRP Racing. It looks like just seat covers on there, but with some little flames to let everyone know that you can go fast in this thing, I guess. Rockslide Engineering side steps, Fiberworks fenders. It looks like the 6-inch variety, and then Icon Vehicle Dynamics rear bumper. It's got the Besttop soft top that pops down, and a full-size spare tire. It's a banana Bronco. Banana Bronco. Check out this vintage Bronco in the TIS booth. Really cool retro paint job here and an interior that's absolutely dialed. You got the Dakota digital gauges. There's a lot of things in this Bronco that remind me of ours, including smaller tires, but these are 33-inch RT tires with some TIS off-road chromed out bead locks. In the back, you got some 8-inch subwoofers right here, a spare tire, really clean interior. This would be a fun desert runner. Underneath the hood is some sort of monstrosity of an engine that I can't quite see, so let me know in the comments below what's underneath the hood of this beast. I know that this blower might be a little fake blower. I don't know if it's actually housing something cool, but looks like there is something fierce underneath the hood. Diode dynamic lights, and overall, classy build on this classic Bronco. Check out this Fittipaldi Bronco with carbon fiber flares. Don't worry about the rear, they're still working on that. This is the day 0 of SEMA. We got the Fittipaldi wheels. I like these a lot. I'm not sure what they're working with on the beadlocks there, but it's a pretty sweet solution that isn't your traditional just nut and bolt. That's in a bronze configurement. You got the Bell-Tech, looks like upper control arms that I haven't seen anything like that before, at least at the SEMA show. That looks insane. It's gonna add a ton of lift. Boost auto side steps right here that looks like an advanced fiberglass hood scoop. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't seen this style with a huge opening right here before. It looks like maybe the Cervinis, I don't know, correct me in the comments. You got the RCI roof rack with Baja design lights, LP4s linked up. You know we love our LP4s, a little Pelican case up there. In the back, it continues with a really cool Deviate off-road rear bumper, the Ginny little step that also, I don't know what else you could do with it. It's mostly just a step, full-size spare tire, but I really like the bumper combos on this, and the carbon fiber flares are pretty sick. They're just missing them in that back, but don't worry about that. It's probably gonna come on here soon. I'm not gonna put that against them. So I guess this is a Bronco. The suspension on it is plain plan B-fab. It looks like an erector set. The wrap job on it is actually pretty cool, kind of effervescence, pink, purple, blue, kind of blends on there. This is a horn blaster build. Overall, not really our style, but if you like making a scene, maybe this Bronco's for you. Here's a Sasquatch Bronco with the Icon Vehicle Dynamics front bumper. I haven't seen this bumper in very many Broncos. You got some stock wheels on there, but the Icon Vehicle Dynamics suspension. KC highlights up top. I like how clean this little mount is. All you need is that bad boy and you can mount any light bar you want, but this one obviously is OEM for KC highlights. You got the ISG. That's either I5G or I2G side step. Let me know in the comments what that is. And in the back, you got some cool SG mud flaps right there. And then also step and guard, that's what it is, step and guard side steps. And then a Deviate off-road rear bumper. We got this turn off-road Bronco with a really cool front bumper with integrated bull bar. The Warren winch isn't tucked in, it's definitely just up in there, so make sure that you are careful of that whenever you're driving around. I don't know how that makes any sense. Method racing wheels with 38-inch tires. Those are the Trail Grapplers by Nitto. Look at these upper control arms, looks like billet turn off-road with some Fox shocks. These side steps are really clean, also turn off-road. And then in the back, you got this turn off-road little molly panel kit that mounts to your hardtop, some little light protectors, so when you inevitably run into something, into a Bronco, you gotta make sure that your lights are protected. Turn off-road rear bumper with some integrated lights right there, full-size spare, and with a little trash bag. Rockworks, nice. This rough country Bronco is sitting on 40-inch Arturo tires. These are the Trailblade Boss. I haven't seen these guys in 40s yet. They look pretty sweet. With some RC wheels, a little paint match matching that blue motif. RC front bumper with a little itty bitty light bar on there and a big old bumper, but you got some pod lights as well. I like these fenders. These are aftermarket, looks like fiberglass fenders. I don't know who makes them, but they look really clean. And then you got a side step that pops down. The hard top is painted, which is a nice little custom flare, and then an RC rack up top, and then the back you got this RC bumper. It looks like Ernie's Custom Shop. Kudos to you guys, you did a good job on this build. And then suspension, I'm not really sure, but you got some diff covers on there, which is just a little added flair. It doesn't really do much, but protects your diff from diff things. How about an LS3 powered 1975 Scout Harvester 2? This thing is in a maroon paint job. It's got brand new interior, 6-speed automatic transmission, race line wheels, just absolutely clean Scout Harvester, the second SUV to ever grace their presence in the United States of America, followed by the Bronco. We saw this Bronco last year, but the paint job has to be reviewed again because it's so gorgeous. This is actually a custom paint job on this turn off-road Bronco. You have the side steps right there that are turn off-road. It looks like turn off-road lower control arms, Bilstein shocks with some MT wheels on there, Mickey Thompson tires as well as the wheels, full-size spare tire in the back. And then this, I believe, is an Armadillo Designs hardtop, but correct me if I'm wrong. My memory has been fading. Classico Off-Road on Instagram. Awesome. Turn off-road Bronco. The wrap on this Hotshot off-road Bronco is pretty cool, very unique and different. You got some carbon fiber inlays on there. I think this whole entire hood might be carbon fiber. The front bumper is a RCI front bumper with an integrated light bar. You got KMC wheels with the Icon vehicle dynamic suspension, and then the RCI side steps that also are rock sliders. Up top, I believe you continue the RCI, or it might be Sherpa, I don't know offhand, with some Rome Adventure gear cases, and then you got the full little storage system. I really like this hardtop on the Bronco because now it's heavy duty and you could actually mount things to it without having to have like a full MOLLE panel come down on the side. Full size spare tire in the back, and then the rear bumper is an RCI bumper as well. I'm sorry, no, that's a DV8 off-road bumper. Oh, that's confusing. That's the sound that this Bronco makes with its Whipple supercharger underneath the hood. I'm assuming that they got a new LS3 in there or something along those lines, maybe a Coyote. You got Radflow suspension with the TBP wheels by KMC. No, it's KMC wheels, TBP, maybe lockers on there. Rockslide Engineering side steps, that's pretty cool. And then you got the soft top. The interior is just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous on this vintage Bronco. Viva chassis, so this is actually a brand new chassis on this Bronco. This thing is pretty clean with 1-ton axles. You're gonna need it if you have a Whipple supercharger and a V8, because the wheelbase on these things is not very big. Here's a little Armadillo Designs Baja Runner Bronco with some Bilstein shocks. I saw, no, those are Bilstein shocks, Baja design, double lights up front of this Baja style bumper. Everything is really streamlined. They have no flares on this whatsoever. You got some BFGs with Method wheels. I like this rack system. You got an additional fuel cell in the back and a full-size spare tire. Definitely Baja inspired on this build. I'm sure it absolutely rips. I want to know what they did to the engine on this thing to give it a little bit more power, but overall, cool little Baja runner, not bad. This Bronco's hiding something special underneath the engine. It's called a Coyote V8, which I think all Broncos really should deserve and have a Bronco or a Coyote V8 in it. It's got Method racing wheels with BDS upper control arms, Fox 2.0 shocks, and then a Crawltech front bumper. This is the first time I've seen Crawltech. They may have been around for a while, but I really like the look of their bumpers. I really want to see that Coyote underneath the hood of this thing, because I can guarantee you it rips way faster than a lot of other Broncos. Overall, pretty sweet Bronco. Armadillo liners. Lobo Off-Road has this Bronco with a sweet Lobo Off-Road front bumper. You got some integrated rigid lights right there. The wheels are awesome. I haven't seen these before, but those are really clean beadlocks. Cool logo as well. Lobo is obviously wolf in Spanish. You got carbon fiber fenders on this bad boy, and then in the back you got a Lobo Off-Road rear bumper as well, and a full-size spare tire with some Nacho chase lights on this Bronco. The carbon fiber fenders and bumpers are my favorite thing on this bad boy. Bodyguard Bumpers has this Bronco with their patented Bronco bumper, very heavy duty bumper. You got the KG1 forged wheels with some little, pokers, little bullets right there. I don't know, that's not really my cup of tea, but Icon vehicle dynamics, upper control arms, and piggyback suspension is my cup of tea. You got some side steps on the side, and then besides that, the Bodyguard bumper on the back as well. I really like the look of the Bodyguard bumpers for the Broncos. They do a really good job. I'm in the Liberty Ford booth with a really cute Bronco here that's also part monster, part chick vehicle. We got a Bodyguard front bumper that's paint matched with that baby blue and a little bit of white. I like how they tied everything in. The wheel and tire combo isn't to my liking, but if you like that thing, you're probably gonna love this. Liberty Forged wheels on there. You got a Beltec suspension upgrade that is huge, Bodyguard side steps, and in the back, a Bodyguard bumper as well. With the full-size spare, you can really take a glimpse of how deep these things in. There's probably an echo right now. These things are so deep. And you know how I feel about deep dish wheels. Don't do it. They definitely didn't make this in the 70s. Underneath the hood of this Ford Bronco is a Raptor R Coyote supercharged engine, probably pushing close to 800 horsepower, which in my opinion is a little much on the Bronco. It's got a small wheelbase on there, especially with 35-inch tires. Those are the Delenti tires with some Fittipaldi beadlock wheels. Suspension is absolutely dialed. This thing is wild. You got 1-ton axles on it, and the interior, check out the interior, all PRP leather interior. You got racing seats on there because you're gonna need them because you're inevitably gonna flip this thing going 110 on the freeway. But hey, you know what? Life is short, drive fast. Here's a wide-body vintage Bronco with a Coyote engine underneath the hood. This thing has some LED front headlights. The engine is pretty wild on this thing. 35-inch tires with some bead locks. Suspension looks like Bilstein aftermarket exhaust. You got some Aries side steps. This was built by Legacy Speed and Body. This thing rips. I like the wide body. That's a little wrinkle I haven't seen before in the vintage Broncos. The interior is pretty clean too. Here's a Fusion Bumpers 2-door with a little brushed aluminum grille. I kind of like that look, I'm not gonna lie to you. You got a little blue accent with the white sidewalls. JTX wheels on there. I don't know if those are true beadlocks with Mickey Thompson 37-inch tires. This is definitely a little wheeler. I like how the center of gravity is low on this thing. They didn't lift it up a ton. Sometimes, especially with the smaller Broncos, you might get a little top heavy. You don't want to lose traction on there. And then Fusion bumpers on the back. Cool little Bronco build by Fusion Bumpers. We're in the Besttop booth with a Bronco that has some really awesome seats. These are actually seat covers, but it has a diamond stitched leather. I like the look of it. And you got the automatic soft top. So if you want to flip that off in a breeze, you can. Besttop has some really cool products. Soft tops tend to be a little bit loud, but I like the ability to just flip it up in the summer, maybe put your hardtop on in the winter. And then also you got some Method racing wheels right there with the Trail Grappler tires by Nitto. All the suspension looks stock, but I really like the interior and the soft top on this bad boy. Oh, you also got a Fab 4 bumper, heavy duty bumper up front. This will win in a head-on collision, guaranteed. SEMA, I am your father, with this BMC lights. Look how cool that looks. Really awesome aftermarket lights that you could have different colors in the amber right now configurement. Looks pretty rad. You could actually drive with those on the road. This is a Bronco Raptor with some looks like painted fenders on there, and then some Kaylee Kimes wheels, which I'm in the Baja Kits booth with a wide-body Raptor with a, I think, Fiberworks panel on this here. It looks like a Raptor, but I don't think it actually is. But check out the upper control arms on these bad boys. Baja Kits was actually acquired by Fox, and on this one, you got an insane long travel suspension on this bad boy. You got some rock sliders on the side, nice little paint job, but really I think the suspension is what sets this thing apart. Your headlights may be cool, but they're not this cool. It looks like an Oracle front headlight. I don't even know who makes that on this Bronco in the Katzkin booth. The interior is absolutely dialed. You got an aftermarket bumper right here with some nacho lights, it looks like, but the interior is really the star of the show. Check out that one. We're in the Oracle lighting booth with a pretty sweet wide-body Bronco here with the fiberglass kit. Looks like some carbon fiber on the sides. You got the DV8 off-road front bumper, and then one thing that's cool about Oracle lighting, you actually switch out the letters on the front of your Bronco, or even I think they have some other products as well. So you can change it to whatever you want, and it's backlit, which is pretty rad. They got aftermarket light bars, and up top, we got a light bar that's actually integrated into the hardtop. It just looks really clean, so you don't have to mount a rack or anything like that. The side has some tubular side steps, and I like these weld wheels right here in bronze. Zone upper control arm, Fox shocks. Pretty sweet Bronco by Oracle Lighting. We're in the XBull booth with a Bronco Raptor that has an ADD off-road front bumper, integrated 20-inch light bar. These are a little bit more affordable winches if you love synthetic rope and 12,000-pound towing capacity. Baja design lights on it, and the rest of it is pretty much a stock Raptor. They also have traction boards. XBull, you can check them out. Everything else on this thing is relatively stock, but you gotta love the Bronco Raptor. Windshield defense booth with a Bronco Raptor here that has a really awesome front bumper. It's SVC Off-Road. This thing is sweet, has the ability to mount your lights right to that bull bar on the front, which is pretty rad. And then you have the Offroad X by T-Rex wheels on there that I really like. Besides that, this thing is mostly stock, but one thing that's cool about the windshield defense, there's actually 3 layers on it, so if you get it all damaged, you could actually peel it off and then you're good to go with the windshield. Most OEM manufacturers on the Bronco and the Jeep do not replace it for free. You have to pay for it and it can get expensive, and we know that when you have a windshield like this, rocks just like to eat it up. I'm in the Champion Auto Systems booth with a clean Bronco right here. I really like these fenders. They paint matched it with the wrap. The interior is just dialed to match the exterior. Looks like Katzkin leather seats in there. I don't know who makes these side steps, but those are on it as well. You got the Bronco wheels that look like they've either been painted or maybe that came from the factory like that, I'm not sure. And then this soft top that pops up and down. I like the color. Overall, the aesthetic on this light, I mean, on this Bronco is fantastic. It's really awesome. Here's a Bronco with a really unique wrap. I like that cream color with a lot of fluorescence in there that looks like it has a ton of gold flake. This is an Anthem off-road wheels on this bad boy in a 20-inch configurement, which is bigger for my taste, but still you got 35-inch tires on there. And then the interior is where this thing shines. Blue with a little bit of cream color to match the outside. Really awesome aesthetic on this Bronco. Here's the Yeti Bronco by Armadillo Designs. It's got the 6-inch Fiberworks wide body kit on this bad boy. You got Bronc Buster tie rods, Bell-Tech upper control arms, Black Rhino beadlock wheels, and then this is their aftermarket hardtop for the Bronco that has doors on the outside, molly panels on the side. I like that hatchback look, and then some buggy whips on there so everyone can see you coming from a mile away. Alpha Rex rear headlights on the Yeti. Behind me are 2 Broncos we've seen before. This bad boy is equipped with Camberg upper control arms. You got all your rigid lights up front, a cool wrap. It's called the Beast with a MagnaFlow exhaust, and next to that is the RTR all carbon fiber Desert Runner. This thing debuted at SEMA last year. Check out those carbon fiber bucket seats, pretty insane. It's got a V8 engine underneath the hood. This is made for desert running. This is a very expensive Bronco, but it's still a Bronco. It's also got the U-turn rear bumper, which is pretty sweet. Then your full-size spare tire back there with some speakers, because when you're going fast, you want to listen to loud music. I'm in the OE Wheels booth with a sick Bronco right here. You got 4-play bronze wheels, Dirt Logic shocks. Those are already spaced out because these are 37-inch monsters, so you got to be able to fit it. I like these aftermarket fenders. They're really clean and unique. You got a Trail FX front bumper on here that looks pretty cool with a Trail FX winch up top. I don't know what rack that is, but I like how the light bar sits in the middle. And then the OVS, Overland Vehicle Systems Lighthouse, I don't know how you say that. You got a Terravore awning, a Whittle ladder right here, and then a full-size spare on the back. What I like about this rack, it's a soft top, so you could potentially flip it back, even with the rack on it. I'm not sure exactly how that works. And then you got the spare or the rear camera on the back there, so you can still see what's behind you. Pretty sweet Bronco build. If you're still watching, you might as well subscribe to our channel because we're launching a ton of SEMA videos all throughout the week. Or go to forge4x4.com to support us, pick up some merch. It automatically gets you in there to win one of our sweepstakes rigs. Subscribe to our channel because that's what people say at the end of videos in order to get more subscribers and get more views, but I don't really care about that. I want you to see the full SEMA Show experience, and you're only gonna see those videos if you're subscribed. Thanks for watching, guys.